Hey, it's Mark. Welcome back. The last video I did a lot of blabbing, not a lot of working. So, living on a highway. So anyway, you know what needs to happen. I'm not gonna blab. Go to time lapse. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. It is the following day. I'm gonna turn around and show you what I got done yesterday. So, lots of progress. I guess I don't have to explain too much what I already did here because the last video I explained a lot of it. I started cutting this notch here so I could get that welded on, and then when I cut with the cutoff wheel, it's gonna be easier and I'm not gonna cut into that plate. I left this one here because of the thing to locate the brake. And you probably saw in that time lapse that when I pulled the motor, it broke off and I had to weld it back on. So hopefully it's still in the same spot. But I am gonna have some issues. It's almost exactly 1 inch below. So when I put this, if I put a piece just straight across, it's gonna be right on top of here and I'm gonna end up cutting a section out anyway. So I'm just gonna hold off on this and wait until everything here is finished and I'm happy with it, and then I can move over there. So the game plan for today, I have some slightly thicker tubing. I'm gonna get a piece of that to replace this piece, just so that when I bolt the transmission out here, I don't crush it, and when I bolt it here, I don't crush it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start off, cut this the rest of the way, get my new piece for this, clamp it here, drill my through holes, then get this lined up, make sure the through holes go all the way through where they're supposed to, and I'll actually have it bolted on here when I weld it up so that I know it'll bolt right back in. All right, everyone. I didn't have a time lapse going there for a while because it just took forever to make this, not having appropriate tools. So I had to do the fun method of poking a bunch of holes, hammering out the middle, die grinder. I was hoping I could just buy one of these. I couldn't find anybody to just sell that they cut out with a laser in 3 minutes, and it took me like 2 hours. But so immediately you're gonna see one problem. That top bar is right in the way for that. I might end up having to take this bar back off. I might just chop it, put a support here. I don't know. I gotta do some thinking about it, and sitting here thinking doesn't make for very interesting video. There's the end of another long day. So to recap, all I did today was basically made a place to put the master cylinder. That was like 5 hours. One problem I had, and I thought this might be a problem, is this side with all the welding, it kind of lifted up. I thought by having bolts and, well, in this case, drill bits, put through the holes, it would keep that from happening, but no, it's just pinched those bolts in there so tight they won't come out now. So this is only has like one little section of bead, so I'll probably just cut that tomorrow and pound that back down. But yeah, there's some progress. I need to make space right here for the exhaust pipe. And then I gotta figure out this brake pedal thing. I keep thinking like, oh, okay, I'm not quite there yet. I can kind of just mull it over. I got more stuff to do, but suddenly that's basically where I am. Until I know what's going on there, I can't put this bar across, so I guess that's next. So that is it for today. We'll see you in the next clip. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. As you can see, I'm back in my own shop. No, we didn't have another big storm. I'm here to do some lathe work. So I've talked about what I wanted to do with the pedal and have a square shaft with the ends turned down going into bearings. So I drew something up and I showed the picture of that in the previous video, and I was going to get a 3/4 inch square shaft, turn the ends down to 3/4, get 2 bearings, and then probably like, pillow block style mounts or something. Well, I was digging through my boxes of junk and I have 2 like new bearings that have a 5/8 ID. So I'm just gonna go with that. I still ordered the 3/4 inch square shaft. I'm just gonna turn the ends down to 5/8 instead of 3/4. And so what I need to make now are the mounts that are gonna hold the bearings and then weld to the frame on one side and then just weld to a plate that will be bolted on the other side. So essentially it will slide in and then the little tab that hooks to the master cylinder will slide on, then the thing for the pedal, then the other bearing mounted to a plate, bolt on, and then there won't be, if I design it right, any play. So that's what I gotta make. Here's sort of what I'm gonna make. Here's the shaft coming in, and then here's the pocket for the bearing. I have changed this. I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker. It's gonna have to be at an angle because the frame bends in. So then on the fly, I can just use a grinder or flap wheel, kind of shave it to the right angle, weld it in place. But I just need that to hold the bearing, and I'm just gonna make 2 of those right now. All right, to start off, I'm just gonna face this off, and then I'm probably just gonna start with the center hole, which I'm gonna have to drill just over 5/8 all the way through, and then I'm gonna have to open up the outside to the OD of the bearing, which is 1 3/8. All right, I'm just gonna go up step by step to 5/8 and I'll bring you back. All right, I'm about to run the 5/8 bit through. There's the 5/8 hole. I think I'm actually gonna go up one more 1/8 or 1/16 or something off camera, just so I have a little extra clearance in case that shaft goes through the bearing. I don't want it to be rubbing on there. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do, I got my little boring bar, hopefully it's sharp, and I'm gonna start opening that up. I don't have it very precise. All I did is I just measured up the depth of the bearing and put a Sharpie line on my little boring bar, so I'm just gonna kind of go that deep and get most of it out, and then I can get a little more precise. Figure I might as well use power feed, I've got it. This doesn't make for a very fun video, so I'll bring you back when I'm done. All right, well I didn't show all of that because I can't get a very good angle here at my lathe. Plus, I'm not a machinist, so don't copy what I do. There's much better YouTube machinists to watch. I'm just an idiot with a lathe. So there's the first one that I made. It's to thickness. It's got 3/4 inch through hole, so the 5/8 inch shaft will have plenty of clearance. The bearing will be a press fit. Just gets started and then stops, so after it's welded on, I'll tap it in. The second one, I didn't part because I had it clamped farther up, and it already had this part line started that was about the right spot. So when I get back out to the other shop, I'm just gonna hit it with a cutoff wheel because it's just gonna get welded anyway, so I don't really care what the back side of that looks like. I ordered the shaft today, as well as the brake pedal assembly. So that is all ordered from McMaster. They claim it'll be here tomorrow, which I guess I've gotten it next day before. It amazes me every time, even though I'm only 3-4 hour drive from McMaster, but it amazes me every time I get it overnight, but that might happen. So I still have another, 3-4 days left in my epic vacation week. So I will be back at it tomorrow. See you in the next clip. Hey everyone, I'm back at it. I've got a pretty short list today. I'm gonna get this cut and bent back down so that this is even. I did pick up some 3-inch bolts so I can make sure all 4 bolts are gonna slide in and slide out, no problem here. And then I've got my bearing cups that I made last night at home, and I'm gonna get at least that one attached. I am gonna get my parts from McMaster today. They haven't shown up yet, so I can't turn the shaft. But I'm gonna try to get the other, get that bearing housing on there and take some more measurements so I can cut that shaft tonight. Let's get to it. I'm gonna try to get this laid out. Sort of a happy accident since I took this up to 3/4 inch hole for clearance. It now fits over this all the way up. So now I know exactly where that needs to go. All right, so months, if not years of thinking have gone into this. I hope I didn't forget anything. Right now, this piece of unistrut is sitting parallel to the center line of the car. Using my combination square, I confirmed that the bar I had put in here is perpendicular-ish. Remember, I broke it off and reattached it once, but it is essentially perpendicular. So I'm just gonna assume it's supposed to be perpendicular. Any little bit of variation comes as a result of me knocking it off and having to re-weld it in place. So I've got a rod hammered through the angled bearing housing so that I know where the center line is going to be. So then as I line this up, I can keep this parallel to the unistrut, and then I know that that axis is going to be exactly where it needs to be. I've already taken the other housing, slid it over there, traced around it so I know right where I need to go. So I'm going to get out the grinder, cut this off, clean up that area, and start to get this clamped into place so I can tack weld it on. right, no turning back now. I'm gonna cut the camera. I'm gonna put a couple more tacks on there, and then I'm gonna put my unistrut back up, put the bar back in there, get out all the tools, and just make extra sure that it's perfect before I weld it all the way around. But this is a big step. All right, this wraps it up for the day. Did everything I wanted to get done. As you can see, I brought this back down. These bolts now just slide nice and easily in and out, and I got that in there. Hoping I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna have a box from McMaster, and there might be a little bit of lathing at the end of this video, so we'll see you in the next one. All right, welcome back to the exciting conclusion of my vacation week car building extravaganza. It is Sunday. My vacation is over when my alarm goes off at 4:45 tomorrow morning. So here's what you saw me build in that last time lapse at home on the lathe. That's the piece you saw me build in that other clip. And that's where it goes. So what I need to do now is figure this out. And I think what I'm gonna do, the brake pedal is gonna be coming off at this angle, and the actuator is going to be coming off at this angle. So nothing's going to happen right here as long as I have a way for the actuating rod to come through here and push on the master cylinder. So I think I'm going to run another one of these rails across here and then go that way and then have a support coming down. And then from there I can work on the bracket that's going to hold this bearing. So I'm going to see what I can get done. Here we go. All right, this is gonna wrap up this video. I got a lot done on this week off. So this part here, I'm still working out. This is just sitting here. I think I might weld that into place and then have a piece of 1/4-inch plate that comes down here, comes up at an angle, cuts around that, because this is an angle. So I think that'd be the best way to attach it. And 1/4-inch plate, if I had it, screwed here and here, would be plenty strong just to support this. But that's where we're at. I have one pedal coming right up here, the little cam sticking down here that actuates the pedal, and it'll just go right through this hole, right up to the master cylinder. So I'd say that was a productive week. All right, well, I'm calling it. We'll see you in the next video. It might be this year, it might be next year, who knows. This is the never-ending project after all. See ya.